We have often been asked, why Germany? Out of all the places in the world, the beaches, the resorts, cruises, why go to Germany? Some people don't even know where that is. The answer, we wanted to visit a foreign country that was a different continent, to get the real world experience of being in a foreign country, while staying in a safe first world country. Not to mention, I kind of talked Kiana into it. I've always loved Germany, the history, the knowledge, the economic powerhouse given their size, the Autobahn, the cars, the beer, the culture. Most importantly, the people have always treated me like family there. Kiana was sold, but she also didn't know what to expect. So here's our journey, and we hope you enjoy. Day 1. Our journey began on Thursday, April 21st, 2022 at 6:46 a.m. from our house. Traveling overseas is an exhausting experience. Germany is 6 hours ahead of Eastern time, so you have to stay awake until you get to your final destination and try to go to sleep at your normal bedtime, even though in your head it's still a little different. You'll see as we go throughout today how exhausted we become. We arrived in Lexington to depart for Atlanta. This was just our connecting flight and was still an experience for Kiana. She had never been to Atlanta, which for those of you that have been there, it's a massive airport. We landed in Atlanta about 1:30 p.m. and decided to head to Buffalo Wild Wings for some food before we went to the international terminals. On our way, of course, we noticed several Truist ATMs, my employer, who makes all of this possible. So shout out to them for giving me this time off and the ability to make this trip. So after hanging out in Atlanta for a few hours, it was time to depart for Munich, Germany. This was the first flight, or Kiana's first big flight, I should say, across the pond, as we call it, the pond hop. We began boarding at approximately 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. At this point, we're 11 hours into this trip and still in the United States. Delta's Comfort Plus is highly recommended for overnight trips and long plane rides, by the way. Definitely worth it. The extra seating room is definitely worth the added couple $100 for an overseas trip. This flight's arrival time in Munich was 9 a.m. in Germany, 3 a.m. Eastern Time. So when we landed, we had already been traveling for 21 hours and had to still stay awake until 9 p.m. the same day to keep our sleep schedule on schedule. The flight went great, no delays, good food, awesome flight attendants, and very few minutes of sleep. Welcome to Germany. It's 9:30 a.m. on Friday in Germany, and it's our second day, or first day, however you want to look at it. Time to get the rental car and head to the Westin Grand Munich. At this point, we still haven't been asleep, and we knew after we hit the hotel bed we wouldn't make it, so time to explore Munich after check-in.
How do you feel, Mr. Pratar?
Very expensive, but we got us a Volkswagen. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. So this is our race car rental car. Kiana just loves that it's a 6-speed so she can not drive it.
It's a race car.
It is. Let's try to drive in Germany. I don't know the speed limit, and I can't read the signs. Oh, here it is, 100. But it's 100 kilometers.
What does that convert to?
It's about 60 miles an hour. So we're 31 kilometers from Munich, which is where we're staying.
How nervous are you about driving?
You don't even understand. We're getting ready to get on the Autobahn, I think. I'm very nervous because I can't read anything.
I wasn't.
This car cost us twice what I thought it was going to cost us. And it's a Volkswagen, so we probably won't get home. This is pretty nerve-wracking, I ain't gonna lie. I can't read nothing. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. This, I gotta look down to see it. That's what makes it fun, though. Learned to drive on the holler, now I'm driving in Germany. After...
He's doing a good job.
I'm trying, but it's hard. And we haven't been asleep in 2 days, so I look like I just come out of the head of Ray's branch. So far it's awesome. Just driving makes me nervous. It doesn't do it justice right now until you get somewhere where there's a bunch of signs that you don't know what they're saying. Here's where we're going. English Strasse. Here's some stuff. So here's our first night in Munich. We got an awesome view. Got a shower and a tub. And Keona's having a hard time with the light because you have to use that to turn it on. Key card thing. Pretty cool. Gotta get used to these plug-ins. We're in Marienplatz, Munich. House. So cool. First real German meal. After we ate some awesome food at Hofbrauhaus and explored Munich, it was time for some sleep. At this point, we'd been up for nearly 40 hours and we were exhausted. Stay tuned for an awesome day 3. Day 3 was jam-packed. We met up with my friend Friederike, my longtime pen pal who has been to Pikeville twice and who took me on my first Euro tour back in 2013. Today we visited Dachau concentration camp, which was a wild experience. A bakery, Starnberger See, first wide open Autobahn experience, took public transport into Munich for the first time and explored the city by night, and had the best German cuisine of the trip at Zundurenbrau in Munich. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Shout out to Freddie again for an awesome day and for being a great longtime friend.
So this means it's like what it says means work makes you free. What does it mean? No, it does not. We don't have 10 p.m.
That's 170.
The other
180. That's so much fun. Can you see the speedometer in your video?
Yep.
Oh, here's 194, 195. Here's 200.
100. I have a picture. But now we have the day ticket, so we can go everywhere. Yeah.
What do you think, Fiona? What do you think? Well, this is meat, onions. It's like a roasted pork, and then or roasted beef. Sorry, and that's potatoes,
With mushrooms.
and mushrooms,
and pork.
pork. And that's salad. That's some kind of cheese. And then-
Cheese dip,
and then
and
yours-
this is pork with the best dumplings in the world and sauerkraut.
You're gonna have to go on with your bits before you have. I love sweet.
Day 4, we left the city of Munich and headed toward Berchtesgaden for the next leg of our trip. Berchtesgaden and Salzburg is the area Hitler stayed during World War II and where he had his eagle's nest. Obersalzberg is where his home was located and our hotel was right below it. We visited Lake Königssee and Berchtesgaden National Park during this day, the most beautiful area we visited in the entire trip by far. The trip only gets better from here and we're here for a couple of days, so we hope you enjoy. What do you think of Königssee?
It's beautiful.
Getting ready to get on the big ferry. We're on the ferry going to Obersee. We're at Salette, going to try to find the cows and such, and find food.
Yes.
And the tour was in German, and we had no idea, but I could tell. I knew the numbers.
He did, but it was in the pamphlet, so it doesn't count.
She was not a fan of the currywurst, bread, and mustard.
I'll stick to my Twix here.
But she does like how you give us a glass of water and then you get a glass to pour it in. Because I really don't want to use plastic. We're in this weird room, self-service. I think that's like a German badger and a hawk, and a crow, and a ground squirrel, and got a pretty view though.
Over here.
You can see the lake. And it's just us. We are on our way to Obersee, which is the little, the lake at the top with the little barn, right?
Yep.
I mean, don't let her tell you. She thought we was in Austria. Completely different country. Love her heart. She's learning. This place is beautiful. She had a great lunch. Infamous barn building. I think it's at Winterpool. Usually I'd say the water's up a little more. The farm is back there. We're going to go there next. Ready?
Yep.
Let's walk up this scrap metal here. If this was at home, someone would steal it. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I think I embarrass her.
What?
What do you think, Kiana? You wore out? You have to face me so people can hear you, because
Not yet.
I don't see the cattle. I guess they're grazing the pasture.
They got them in the barn.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
It's another lie. Up my back. It hissed at me. It's not happy about me playing with it. It's hissing at me. headed back. We're about to get monsooned on. We got a long way to go. We're hiking up the other side of Cow Creek right now, or Cow Mountain.
Cow Creek Mountain.
Cow Creek Mountain. The only thing missing is the German bridge. Lord, I'm dying. I'm out of shape and these Germans just run past us. We are at our second hotel in Berchtesgaden called Home Hotel Salzburg. Kiana's carrying her 12-gallon of water. So let's hope everything is reserved correctly. This is a nice town. It's taking up all the room.
Just a little small.
This elevator taking up all the room.
Tür öffnet. Etage 2.
Room number 16. So it's cool how you turn the power on. Because when you walk in, the power's off. But then to turn the power on, you got to put your key down in there. It kicks everything on. I'm sorry about the flashing. I don't know why it's doing this. But you come in, there's some water there. There's one of my beer bottles, which you don't throw anything away here. And if you come outside, on the door is also a window, which is cool. You turn it like that, it comes open. Well, it does. There we go. This is our porch that we share with whoever these people are. And the eagle's nest is up there, right on the point, so it's pretty cool. You can see it from here. But we're just in a small little neighborhood here. It's a really nice room. And I'm sorry it's flickering, it's the GoPro. The phone doesn't do this. And then, so you can lock the door this way, do this to open it as a door, and do that on the top, and it pulls open like a window. It's pretty cool. The Germans got it figured out, don't they?
They do. Efficient.
Day 5, we were fortunate enough to wake up early and try the best breakfast we had during the entire trip at Home Hotel Salzburg. Kiana was fascinated by the setup and how efficient and clean it was. Today we rode the Jennerbahn cable car to the top of the German Alps where we took the famous GoPro picture everyone, including GoPro themselves, loved. We drove around and did some sightseeing, souvenir shopping. Kiana tried her first crepe and we finished the day off with an awesome calzone. What do you think?
I'm loving it. It's beautiful.
It was a lot of money, but it's worth it. People already think I'm tight, so I had to bring that up.
Hot one.
Halfway up, I think. I really don't know how high we are, but we're pretty high up. Ain't we?
Very hot. My ears are hot.
What do you think? You cold? Look over there. There's a walking trail.
We were not prepared.
No, we were not prepared for this. It's pretty though. Still can't see the tops of the mountains. You wanna go? Let's go over here. It's snowing and we're dying. We ain't in shape, but we are on top of the Alps. Well, trying to go. I'm gonna go up there and look at that cell tower. That's what I want to see. I'm just kidding. But we're gonna try to make it up to the top of this. It's snowing, but once in a lifetime opportunity to come see something like this, so we're gonna go. made it to the top. It was worth it. Well, mostly to the top. We still got a little bit further to go, but see how awesome this is. So here's where we're going, to the main top. Kiana's loving this.
Loving it. It's beautiful.
Let's get up here where she is. We got another 3 feet in the air. Awesome. So that's Lake Königssee, which we took yesterday on the boat.
Ready to go
Go
up?
to the top. We are in Berchtesgaden National Park in the Bavarian Alps in southeastern Germany. Somewhere up here, and this big snowstorm's coming. I can see it. She can see it. We don't really care.
It'll be okay.
I'm time-lapsing it so y'all see that. I'm sure, well, or you've already seen it. Depends on where I put it. But we're up here by ourselves. What's the chances of that? So we're going to enjoy it, snowstorm or not. Cable car. It was worth it. What do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. 100% recommend. Yes,
We are on our way down. She liked it. I'm glad we did this. If you ever travel, if you ever go anywhere, don't let the price, just even if you have to spend what you don't want to spend, just go ahead and do it. Like this was expensive.
it was well worth the money though.
It's 80 euros or something. But I mean that's about $90 US. But it was worth it. I mean, because what's the chances we'll ever get to see this? That ever again and experience this. We're going to do one more of these in Italy, which you'll see later on, hopefully. Here we go. See you at the bottom.
It's about to be wide open.
Now there it goes, wide open. Oh Lord have mercy. This right here is worse than going up for sure. So clean and no garbage anywhere.
smart speaker.
Spiele Radio Galaxy.
So this is what crossing a border in the European Union looks like. Going into Germany from Austria, that was it. Easy. Day 6 was a relaxed day for us. We started out the day in a 500-year-old salt mine that is still in operation. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to take any videos since they watch you like a hawk. Not sure why no videos or pictures are allowed, but nonetheless it was very cool to go inside the mine. After the mine tour, we drove through the Panorama Strasse atop the German Alps, also bordering Austria. Normally you can go to Hitler's Eagle's Nest, but unfortunately there was still too much snow and it was closed. Oversee is where the higher Nazi-ranking officials lived and worked. Hitler's bunker was in this area as well and was recently purchased by new owners, so it was closed. It's pretty cool that Hitler's actual house, which was destroyed during the war, was right next to where his bunker was, and we were really close to it considering our hotel was on lower Salzburg, and which is upper Salzburg, was right above us, which is where you'll see some of these videos taken. Day 7 was the last day in Berchtesgaden in southeastern Germany for us. We used this day to go and visit Salzburg, Austria. This is where The Sound of Music was filmed and where Mozart was born. While there, we walked around the city quite a bit, visited Hohensalzburg Fortress, a medieval fortress which construction began in the year 1077. We also visited Mirabella Palace and Gardens, Salzburg Cathedral, Peter's Friedhof, and a medieval church and courtyard. We're in a parking garage in Salzburg, Austria, 4 stories underground, and might have parked a little bit too far over, but these parking garages are small. We'll watch Kiana get out there. Love her heart. 'Cause I can hardly drive in this place. Everything's so small. I mean, she's still having the time. I mean, look, that guy right there can't park either. So now we gotta figure out where we're going. This is where The Sound of Music was filmed, which I've never watched, but evidently it was a big movie back in the 60s. You ready?
Yeah.
So we're at Salzburg Cathedral. This is my Eastern Kentucky mouthwash. Had to find me one of those. The fortress is back there. We just saw the Mozart stuff. So here's a giant chessboard. Pretty cool. And a giant ball with a guy standing on top of it. The most American answer probably they've ever heard. Chessboard. This huge cathedral. Kiana. And the fortress again, which is where we're going next. We're going to take this little car up. You can kind of see it going up the hill there. We're in a medieval dungeon in Austria, in a fortress. Kiana loves this staircase. Just keep going around. And it comes out here. St. George's Church. Found this church. We opened the door and here we are. It's St. George's Church. So let's see. It's wild. So much history. So this looks like a cemetery. Really close together. It's really cool. Up there's the fortress we just left. What'd you think?
Very cool. So this must be the rich people.
Yeah, mausoleum thing. It's a cool church. We're dying to go fishing. I mean, just look. Prime time smallmouth fishing. Don't know that there's any in here, but right there in that slack water. Day 8, we left Berchtesgaden and headed west toward Obergau, where we stayed at the Das Posch Hotel. A lot more Autobahn driving, which was also fun, but so many memories were made here. We were alone in the hotel most of the time, except for the first night. There was some EU soldiers training, and the walls were so thin we could actually hear people peeing, which was hilarious. I did get to talk to a Romanian soldier about the Ukraine conflict as well, which was pretty cool. So day 8 consisted mostly of us traveling to Obergau, although we did ride the Alpine coaster car, which is the longest in Europe. Or one of the longest in Europe. I'm not sure if it's actually the longest. Still cool nonetheless. Tomorrow we visit Neuschwanstein Castle, so make sure you stay tuned for that. So we're in our third hotel, Das Posch Hotel in Obergau. It's a really small, cheaper hotel near the new, whatever the castle, I can't pronounce it, Cinderella Castle. But it's a whole lot cheaper to stay here and drive 15 minutes than it was to stay in Füssen, which is where the castle is. It's just like we're just living here or something. You can see the view, we got a little balcony. It's pretty cool. So we're going to go try to ride the Alpine coaster now. So we'll see you soon. So we're going to do the Alpine coaster. See it going down. It's pretty cool. Somebody got stuck. And I'm so excited that I saw a four-wheeler down here, which is cool. Alpine coaster. Hopefully I can do a good video. I don't know if I can or not. Makes sense.
It's slow.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes. Good to go.
Go.
from the balcony of our hotel in Obergamau. Pretty nice. Day 9 was one of those days we look forward to the most. We visited the Neuschwanstein Castle built by King Ludwig II in 1869, which inspired the Cinderella Castle. This place was awesome. This is the day I also got my first speeding ticket for 39 kilometers an hour in a 30, costing me 30 euros. Of course, I didn't get this until we returned, but I'll post a picture of it up here. We also finally filled the tank of the Volkswagen up so you could see the process in Germany and also how much it cost. So we are at Neuschwanstein Castle. I can't pronounce it. It's up on the hill. We got quite a walk towards it. Kiana thought, well, we just don't need water. We just don't need it. I'm sure they got stuff up there, as she says. Sure we got plenty of stuff to drink. But we got a 45-minute walk to get there. So I thought, you know, on the way, maybe we do want something to drink. Not according to her. But anyway, we're going to try to find our way up there. We've walked for 45 minutes and we're still not there. We're dying. Well, she's dying.
You're dying too.
It's the only way to get here unless you pay to ride a horse. For whatever reason, it's blacktop for a horse, but Kiana wanted to spend all that money to ride a horse. I wasn't going to do that. Almost there. We are at the castle. You can't video or take pictures inside, but you can outside. So we're getting ready to start our tour, so you can see it's pretty huge. Definitely a little bit more authentic than the one in Disneyland. Just because, you know, this is the one it was named after. So this bridge, you can usually see it from, but it's closed for maintenance, as is everything else. Closed for maintenance.
Yeah,
There's
everything.
like 4 or 5 things we want to do has been closed for maintenance. So we're about to start our tour in about 25 minutes or so. What do you think? It's really cool. Can't take pictures in there, but it's wild that he only got to spend about 6 months in there. This is Alpsee Lake. Y'all's about to sink up in some flood mud 012 right here. Got clear. Shallow. About like Pikeville Pond. Except no sewer overflow. So getting fuel in Germany. So Super E10, which is what we're going to use, which is regular, basically regular gas. So it's $1.89 per liter or per gallon. So Kiana do 1.89 times 3.8 equals. So that's 7.18 euros per gallon, and then we got to do the exchange rates, which right now is about $1.05 per euro. So times 1.05. So gas here is $7.54 a gallon. So, you know, we complain in the US, but $7.54 a gallon here. So we're gonna see what it takes to fill this thing up. Which is funny because you pump first and then you pay here, because I learned that the hard way earlier. So Super E10. It's a weird gas handle. Let's see what it takes. How fast that's going up. So I'll start the video back when it's finished. So 77 euros to fill this thing up. So I got my mom a pack of cigarettes here. These are Marlboro Mix, and it's funny because the more flavor, the more they charged you. I don't know if that's the equivalent in the US, but look at the pictures. Shows lung disease. There's pictures of kids on ventilators, all kinds of crazy stuff. This was about 8 euros or something like that. And it says, so these are for mom. So I should say too, the fuel was we had about a quarter tank, and it took 77 euros to fill it up, which is not as bad as I thought it would be. So it's our last day in Obergamo, and we are headed to Bolzano, Italy, which then we'll go back to Munich as soon as Kiana gets finished getting ready. She's been getting ready for about 4 hours. You know how that goes. We're going to be one of the only 2 people eating breakfast here, which I guess is good. Yeah, I ain't paying $2.20 for a glass of water. Let's see what Italy looks like. It's about a 3-hour drive, or 2.5 or something like that. So we'll see how that goes. Day 10, we departed Obergamo and headed south toward Bolzano, Italy. We were able to pass through Austria, making Italy Kiana's 3rd country and my 9th. We rode the cable car in Bolzano to Bolzano and had some Italian gelato. It was a little too early for some real Italian food, so we just had some ice cream instead. We then walked around the town during what seemed to be a festival. Let me tell you, there were a lot of tolls on this journey. We were shocked at just how many tolls we had to go through. I hope you enjoy. We're listening to the German Bob and Tom show while we're on our way to Italy. 2.5 hours. Kiana will not stop in a German gas station.
They won't understand me.
Auf English, bitte. That's all you have to say. In English, please.
They still won't understand me.
We're in Austria. Huge mountains. We just came down a huge mountain. But we are, I don't know, an hour from 45 minutes from the Italy border, I think. It's pretty though. We just came down a mountain. I mean, it took us forever. I about blowed this thing up in 2nd gear trying to hold back going down it. An hour and a half from our destination. Italy. We are on the cable car in Bolzano. The town of Bolzano. Northern Italy. Hillbilly days ride when you hit these sling. Now that's nerve-wracking. Trying some Italian gelato. Walking through Bolzano. Just got off the cable car. We're going to the square.
The cable car was the equivalent of Camden Park.
Yeah, it
So not very
scared you to
good.
death.
degli elementi che Slow Food
We're in the square.
ha di nuovo posto al centro dell'attenzione, ma non solo, ce ne sono tanti altri. Quali sono le metodologie o le cose oltre, diciamo, alla produzione per quanto riguarda la sostenibilità che sono state riscoperte? Abbiamo la fermentazione, anche altro.
Ma allora uno dei prodotti
The Bolzano Hillbilly Days. Autobahn, you know, when you see the circle with the lines through it, there's no speed limit. It's not all the time like that, but quite often, depending on where you are. So here there's no speed limit, but of course it's raining, so I'm not going to be wide open, but there's some people that will be, so I'll see if I can catch some people passing us.
I am now.
On the map. No speed limit in this section. Everything is gone. Here we go. Oh, see, that's how it's supposed to work. Day 11 and 12. We spent our last day lounging around Freising at our hotel near the airport to rest, since we knew we had to get up at 5:30 a.m. and depart for the airport to head home. It was Sunday in Freising, so the town was shut down, as most do on Sundays, which is a rest day in Germany. We spent the day having a few beers at the hotel, watching some TV, and packing up. We definitely made sure the trip home was fun, entertaining, and that we aggravated each other as always. If you've watched to this point, thank you, and let us know what your favorite day was in the comments. We also want to thank those that made this possible with your generous Honey Fund gift. You know who you are, and we love each and every one of you. Thank you for watching. It's weird that the sun is coming up at 5:30 in the morning here. So when we first got to this hotel, this is the sidewalk, but this is unusually large for a sidewalk in Germany, so I decided to drive down it. Embarrassed Kiana to death, didn't I? The 3/4 cam race car Volkswagen Golf is headed back to its home at Enterprise. Hopefully they don't try to screw us like some of the reviews I've read about this place. Back to America we go. Just took my big COVID test. So, oh Lord. Just took my big COVID test. There comes Kiana, she took hers. So the US requires a COVID test before you can come back into the country. Germany doesn't require that. we at?
We're at the airport and I've showed them my passport about 30 times.
We're almost home.